Very cool.
All right. Well, good evening to everyone. I want to say good evening to you all. And we're here tonight for a very special reason. I wanted to let you all know that our company's mission is to inspire healthy living around the world. I want you to sit back and relax and enjoy this presentation tonight. My name is Tamara, and my co-host is going to be Barbara and Tawana. And I wanted to welcome you to this event. I am blessed to be a part of Juice Plus, the Juice Plus company. And this year, we celebrate our 50 years. Can you believe that? 50 years? I'm almost 50 years old. And that could be quite a long time. But you know, that's okay because all good things come in 50 years. That's a good thing. So our company's been inspiring healthy living for over 50 years. For 50 years. We are in over 20 different countries worldwide. We, throughout our lives, we know that we go through various seasons. And with our company, we're blessed that they've realized that this is a season that we need to learn to add more good to our lives. Yes, that's right, add more good. But not only are we going to add more good, we're going to grow more good. We operate, once again, in over 20 countries around the world. We're the world's leaders in whole food. That's right, whole food. Whole food nutrition, food that you can consume, fruits, vegetables, berries. We are the leaders. Juice Plus offers veggies, fruits, berries, and all of this comes in a capsule form. So it's convenient. It's easy. It's easy to consume. We also offer our Omega blend. We offer our chocolate and vanilla complete. And not only do we offer those products, we offer our wonderful Tower Garden. And that is what brings us here tonight, our Tower Garden. Our company is one of the companies that is the most researched nutritional, our products are most researched nutritional products here with our company. Juice Plus is an amazing company to be a part of. It's an amazing company because they offer us a plethora of foods that we can consume. That's whole food. But before I can go on and on about what we have here with the company. But before I go on, I'm going to pass this on to Barbara. And before I pass it on to Barbara, I want to do a few housekeeping things. So if you have any questions about what you see tonight, I want you to put them in the chat room and we will answer those questions after the presentation. So please don't hesitate to ask. Don't be afraid to put those questions in there. Barbara, I'm going to pass it on to her and she will answer those questions at the appropriate time. So at this time, I'm going to pass it on to you, Barbara.
Right. So just stay tuned for a quick video here as we get started.
Garden's state-of-the-art aeroponic vertical garden system uses both water and air to produce more colorful, better-tasting, and incredibly nutritious fruits, vegetables, and herbs. Tower Garden has a 20-gallon reservoir at its base that stores the Tower Tonic nutrient solution. Developed by experts in plant and human nutrition, Tower Tonic Mineral Blend enables superior plant growth and better nutrition from your Tower Garden produce. The process begins once the seedlings have been placed in your Tower Garden. Here they will be nourished with Tower Tonic nutrient solution. Inside the reservoir is a small, low-wattage submersible pump. The pump pushes the nutrient solution up through the tower to the top. From there, the nutrient solution drips through the central tower using a special device that evenly cascades the solution over the exposed plant roots. On the journey down the tower, the nutrient solution feeds the roots and becomes highly oxygenated as it cascades gently down the reservoir. This process is continuous, providing fresh oxygen, water, and nutrients to the roots of the plants. This patented aeroponic process enables food crops to grow faster than they would in soil, so they can be harvested more often. And it makes Tower Garden the healthier, easier, smarter way to grow your produce.
All right. So I hope that information was very helpful to you. And you can get a little closer because I know that we are outside where our tower. It's one of my favorite places to be. And if you just come a little closer, you can take a look. We'll do a tour of Tower 1. And I just want to let you know that as you're deciding to grow and as we're doing the tour, think about how many vegetables that you can actually grow on the tower. So what you're observing here is in a tower garden with an extension kit on it, okay? And so it grows 28 plants. Some families decide that they want to dedicate an entire tower to one particular crop. As you can see here to my left, that's kind of what I did here. We love greens and we have a variety that are growing, but you can choose to grow however you want, and you can kind of plan around what you and your family likes to consume the most. It's very versatile. So if you can see here, I'm going to count up top, my first 4 towers here. We're actually growing strawberries. Okay. You can look here. We have different peppers. I was trying to locate the variety. So I have orange peppers here on the back side. We do have red. But look, right in the middle of here, we're growing kale. So, and down below as well. But I also have a different species of kale on the opposite tower. So if you're not counting yet, we're already up to about 6 different vegetables. We have Swiss chard here. And if you can look at the leaves on this chard, how huge, how beautiful. And look at the nutrients. Don't even have to tell you. Make a wonderful gourmet salad. So in terms of your health, this is the health coach coming out in me. When you're looking for a variety and you're talking about supporting immunity or preventing any type of diseases, you're going for the greens, right? But look how the variety and the symmetry in a variety of fruits and vegetables we know is what heals our body. But I can just contest, if you can just go down, follow me here. We also have gourmet lettuce growing. Look at there. And these lettuces are about a week old, which means from the look of the clouds, if it rains, these are going to double in size over the course of a day or so. And so we can actually harvest and eat these right away if we want. Okay, we're going around. We have tomatoes. So we have Roma tomatoes that we're growing here. But when we switch to the opposite tower, I'll get to show you a variety of tomatoes that we have. So if you can follow me around, we have squash. And notice our hardier plants, up a little bit, our hardier plants, we want to plant those on the bottom for the sake of them growing out and maintaining the base of your tower, okay? And you put your lighter vegetables or your fruit, in this case, we have strawberries up top. And so you just be strategic in what you're doing. And you kind of learn over time based on what you want to grow, how to plan your garden out. And we have several resources, so you don't have to remember all of this. We have tips, and your Juice Plus representative partner will also help you figure out the best growing system for you. So if you notice here, there are no lights because the sun is providing that energy for us. You hear the base here running. The water is just maneuvering up through the pump, and it's feeding all of the roots, which makes your plants double in size over time. Now, if there are any traditional gardeners on the that's joining us tonight, you know that's when you're gardening in the ground, whether it be a raised flower bed or something that you've actually dug to contain. It's all dependent on watered, light sunlight. So if your drainage is not proper, you may or may not get the fast growth that you want in terms of your garden. Okay, and so the tower garden provides that. We have bok choy here as well. One of those other vegetables that before we had the tower garden, we received the tower garden, we did not consume. So I'm gonna slow down and pause here because I think we've actually toured this entire garden just to see the versatility of it and see if anyone have any questions about the first tower or any questions right now.
Hey, Barbara.
Yes.
It's Lisa in St. Louis. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you, Lisa.
Hey, real quick, I know I sold a tower garden to a traditional farmer of many acres in Michigan some years back, and he was amazed how, what the aeroponic, hydroponic, the roots hang in the air, the water feeds the roots that are hanging there versus it digging into the ground, in through rock, in through dirt. And he really, he was so surprised how the difference of what he has seen and what he has struggled with, in the dirt compared to, having, because he thought, okay, well, I'll get this, but I don't, and it ended up becoming his science project because he thought it was so cool. But he really understood, the roots are hanging, the water's dripping in all the roots, and that's how they're able to grow versus, digging into the ground.
Absolutely. And on that note, there are any school teachers on the line. STEM, there's actually a curriculum that has been developed, a K through 12 STEM. So homeschoolers, I know we're homeschoolers, so you can pull out that already made curriculum, great summer project, and one other thing. So while the kids are learning and growing, guess what? They want to eat what they grow. From the planting of the seeds, they get to learn the entire process of that. Actually, we're sitting for a school tower now. This is our school tower that we're sitting for because they actually closed and we brought these home, and we're going to be feeding some of the administrations over the summer with this tower. So yes, it is amazing. We actually, we did a ground garden. I have a current ground garden out front because I wanted the children to have an experience and we can do some comparison. Well, they've gotten spoiled with the towers, I can tell you that much. Because when we got the lettuce out the other day, no one wanted to wash all the dirt. Whereas suppose you look here, you might have a few of those healthy garden bugs, but you can pretty much fan the leaves of the tower garden, rinse it off, and you're good to go. And that's been huge for us as well, because now they're afraid of bugs. So we'll move forward to this tower. And as you, yes, question.
Hey, Barbara, we do have a few questions.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah, how do you cage your tomato plants? And then also, how often do you add water to the base?
Okay, so I'll answer the water question first. So as you can see here, this tower is a little more an adult, I will call, and this is kind of a pre-adult. It continues to grow. So if you think of in terms of an infant and a toddler, and so your plants are in various stages, and they tend to grow. The more the baby grow, the more they eat. As for plants, as I can see, a lot of peppers and some of the eggplants are getting bigger. That means they're gonna drink more water. Okay, so which means I will have to watch my water supply a little more often. So as opposed to once a week, maybe twice, depending on your area also. So all environments are not the same. The most important part about starting your tower is knowing your growing area, your climates, and knowing how often that will be. So it's a little learning curve, because some tropical areas that tends to be spring longer, they rarely have to touch the water. And as their plants grow, and so that's going to all indicate or be an indication that you just have to kind of learn that. So that's not you have to learn your area and kind of know as you're seeing things getting huge on your tower. So for this tower, I have to fill it more often, and I have to harvest. I'm definitely going to have to harvest first thing in the morning or tonight, because they're grown and they eat more. And so you would just have to watch and re-water and refill. So if you don't have any children or kids in the neighborhood to do that for you, it's just as simple as refilling it with the water hose. And you would know because your plants start to look a little droopy. And I should have taken a picture because they drink fast in the heat. When they drink fast, you have to re-water. But it's not a daily, I would say it's not a daily you're running out back and forth. You just got to know what you're planting, what's in your tower, and how big they are, and pay attention to that. As for the cage, I initially, I had a cage that I actually broke, that it has to be replaced. So that's why I strategically, for now, until I get my my cage, I kind of planted my tomatoes towards the bottom so that I can prune as I go, because I'm growing, and the varieties are different. So some varieties of tomatoes grow a little wilder, or that you have to tame more. Some individuals have a total garden geared towards tomatoes only. And so that cage definitely comes in handy. You'll have to know the species that you're growing. If they're going to be the huge beefsteak, and you have 4 or 5, like I did year 1, I planted about 4 or 5 and they were everywhere. I found out year 2, I didn't have to plant as many. So you can get away with it depending on just being strategic in how you place your tomato cage or tomatoes. I'm sorry. Another question?
Hey, Barbara, what's your favorite variety of tomatoes?
I love salads, but I also do stews. My favorite would be the beefsteak and the Roma tomato. Let me see, can I grab, let's find here, the Roma. They tend to be a little sweeter, and they're versatile for sandwiches or stews. You can also freeze them up. I know one year we had so many, we washed and just freezed them up and just used them throughout the rest of the winter.
Hey, Barbara, we have another question. How much
Sure.
water does the tank reservoir hold?
So it's about a 5-gallon base. Now, for the new home, tower home is slightly smaller because it's designed to fit within the doorways of your home. So it's slightly smaller than that, but about a 2.5 gallon. So I don't know if you can see those, my buckets over there. So a lot of times I will fill those buckets up, catch some good rain, and also let the sun kind of treat or feed my water. And there's easy access to refill if you keep it there. So about a 5-gallon bucket. Other question?
I think that's it for right now.
Okay. Okay, we'll just take one back look at the towers, and we're going to transition on to the indoor tower. Just in case someone wants to kind of see the height. I know I'm not a good indicator because I'm short. You can see it's very tall, 28 flat. All right, so we'll transition on the inside. If everyone is still with me, this is our indoor tower where I have actually more lettuce, have some arugula here, more kales. I just kind of repeat some of the same vegetables that I have growing outdoor. But if you see here, this is our sunlight, okay? And so it's identical to the towers that's outdoors. However, you have, if you get a little closer, we have the light growing system that sits on the base, and this is actually also the shorter, well, this is the tower without the extension kit. You can see the difference in the height. So I kind of repeat, we are a family of 6, so I can never have too much lettuce, kale, and all of that good stuff. So you will see some repeated vegetables grown indoors as well. But what I also have here is parsley. It's definitely time to eat this kale. We have a second variety. I think this is called a Dino Kale here. Chives. Then we have some romaine growing up top. This is Gourmet Lettuce. I'm going to just push this out here. Have more parsley. And then I have some baby basil down below. I just replaced the basil from last year. It grew and grew. And so this is kind of my little infant right now. If you can make your way on around. Then we have another variety of lettuce. So we're up to probably about 6 varieties of lettuce now. Mentioned the arugula. And we have some, that smells good. Cilantro. I got stuck there. Then we have at the bottom my favorite, mint. Did I skip the rosemary? You can go up top with me here. And rosemary. So the growing system is identical, but it allows you, if you only start off with one tower, you have the advantage of whether you decide to get the extension kit or not, you have the advantage of when everyone else is done growing for the year, you would take down your tower, bring it in and install the lights. Or if you purchase your tower now and want to start growing your lights once winter kicks in, you don't have to make that purchase of your lights at the time. So you really have to consult and kind of figure out where you want to start. We have some elderly people who are growing both indoor and outdoor. For those who just do not want to grow outdoor, you can grow the same thing with the exception of, don't want to say exception, because people are growing in basements. They're still growing tomatoes. There's a lot of hand pollination that goes along with that. You can grow hardier vegetables on the inside, but you have to be, there's some further education that needs to be done with that, because you're going to have to consider spacing, hand pollination, just a little bit more work, but folks are doing it, they enjoy it, and they would take that over digging in the dirt any day, especially getting the fast produce. And just here quickly, I'll just kind of quickly show again. These is where we would start our seeds. I'm not going to get into the entire process, but as you can see, get a little closer here. Your seeds grow, and you just simply put the planting seed inside the pot, and it grows. All right, and on the inside, I do want to add also, depending on the size of your vegetables, you don't fill the water in as much and have to fill it up as much if you're just growing herbs. Even with your lettuces, they don't require, most of the times when they get yay big, you're going to be harvesting those anyway. So you're not going to be refilling your tower as often on the inside as you normally would. Okay, do we have any questions about indoor growing? Any questions about indoor growing?
We did have someone to ask Barbara about does the tower grow quicker inside or outside?
Not necessarily. Well, it does grow quicker outside. Okay, but it all depends. So of course, with nature, and you have more sun. It's just because it's more sunlight. I'm growing in front of a window, but my east sun hits, so I get the double light in there. But some folks who are not even growing near a window, I won't say it's a slow process. It's slower just because the amount of sunlight that hits your outdoor tower. Mm-hmm. So it's not that you're still waiting weeks. If you attended the call last week, Tawana, I don't know, or tomorrow, I don't know if you guys remember, these were half this size. Yeah. They were half this size last week. And I know the parsley has doubled. Yeah. So these lights, these LED lights are amazing. And as a matter of fact, what I've done last fall, I actually brought my second tower in and put it beside it And I kind of cheated a little bit, and I still grew vegetables by sharing the light from the one tower. So I still was able to use 2 towers for the whole winter. Had I put another set of grow lights on that second tower, it would have boomed even more, but I was still eating off both towers by them being in a well-lit window and kind of sharing, because if you look, these lights, you move them to wherever you're trying to grow. So some of your vegetables are growing bigger, so you can manipulate the lighting system there and the timer as well.
There was a question in the chat room. This is just in case. It was answered in there just in case no one saw, everybody didn't see it. But it was asked, can you grow squash, peas, and other fruits and produce? Or do you is it best just to do leafy vegetables?
No, so I don't know if they missed it or maybe I missed it outdoors. So I have squash and maybe 3 variety of squash growing outdoors. I have cucumbers and I have squash. Well, yeah, 2 varieties of squash and cucumbers growing outdoors now. Sure do.
All right.
So again, some folks, it depends on what you want to grow. What you can designate an entire tower to a particular crop. And you can do that seasonal too. Grow more like I'm doing now. I'm growing more of my leafier greens, and probably I'm going to take half of those out because I do want to put some more plants on there. But I have 3 varieties of tomatoes growing, 2 varieties of squash growing, cucumbers, watermelon, cantaloupe, eggplant, 5 or 6 varieties of lettuces, and 4 different types of kale. So whatever you want to grow, the abundance of, just be strategic in how you want to do that. You can grow all and then pull out late and put something else in that spot. So just know with the extension kit, you actually can grow 28 vegetables. So planting ahead of time. I don't know if we talked about that, but we do have resources where there are tower garden growing companies that grow specifically. They certified to grow specifically for the tower garden. So if you're having trouble with seedlings, or you're just not a seed person, you're just afraid you're going to mess something up, which is really hard to do. You can order directly from the seedling company. They will send it to you as little infants, as I call them, little toddler plants, vegetables, and you just pluck them right on your tower. You can also go to your local nursery and you can purchase whatever plants you want, and you can wash the roots off and transplant. So those are the 3 ways. Grow from seeds, order your seedlings from a tower garden company, certified company, or you can purchase from your local nursery and do transplanting. And to be honest, I do all 3. Depending on the season, I don't like for an empty spot to be anywhere. So if some of my seeds are late coming, I might pick up, I might have seeds started, I might have an order in the queue for some seedlings, or I might be going up to my local nursery. Makes it very convenient. You don't have to wait.
Hey, Barbara, do you ever grow melons?
Yes, I have I have watermelon, Sweet Simpson, I want to say that's the variety that I'm growing now. Sweet Simpson watermelon, and I have cantaloupe on the tower now.
Okay.
Sure do.
I'll see any other questions. Tawana, did you see any more questions?
Michael had asked about growing in his apartment without lights, and how difficult that would be without lights. Do you want to talk about that, Barbara?
Sure. It would be very difficult unless you have a full lit room. Your plants will tell you that they're begging for sunlight. It's actually it's a life cycle. Our bodies does the same thing. We're deficient in vitamin D. It would take a long time. Like you might be successful with lettuce, but your lettuce would be kind of droopy. Same with water. You can have a lot of light and no water. They're not going to survive, or it'll be slim picking. It'll kind of look like the top of these. It's going to make you think that you're doing something all wrong or that the tower garden is broken. So you have to really know they could survive with just the water in a well-lit, like almost like a greenhouse room setup. They could survive that way if they have maybe like the east sun, northeast sun that is just going to give you a three-dimensional and to feed the plants. They could survive. They won't just die eventually, but as far as growing to be hardy and full of nutrients, you probably won't get that unless it's set up like a greenhouse.
Okay, Barbara, someone wants to know if you could quickly recap how to get started, how many seeds per container, and what's the solution that you put in the water.
Okay, so that's really broad because every plant is different. Most of your lettuces and your herbs, you use 4 to 6 seeds to get started, and you will actually and all of these instructions come in your tower. So it's not like they send you a tower and you don't know anything to do. Everything I'm saying, all the instructions are there. And we have a wonderful online support tower garden group that almost any problem that you will have growing someone has had that issue in their group. And because people are growing around the world, every province geographically is different, okay? So you would, for melons and your hardier plants, you would do 2 to 3 seeds. Some people do 4. If they're old seeds, you might struggle. It's a hit and miss. So sometimes, again, you'll think the tower garden is broken. But you really have to know, make sure your seeds are current, and that try to buy organic seeds. We have resources for that as well. And your hardier, all your melons, your tomatoes, your hardier plants, you want your flowering plants, maybe I should say that. You want to do 3 to 4 seeds. And then all of your green leafy vegetables, usually anywhere between 4 and 6. Use old seeds. I plant more because I just hate throwing away seeds, and I'll try it. Or sometimes the kids, I have them in their window doing their own little experience. And as a matter of fact, my 10-year-old grew all of the lettuce that you see here. She started all of those seeds. And I think I don't know what she did. I think she probably did 6 to 8. And they're coming out well. So sometimes you can get some dud seeds, and you'll tend to think that you're doing something all wrong. So you definitely want to make sure your seeds are current, and that you're planting according to the procedures in your tower. But it's pretty simple. Once you wet this with the water that's in your tower, put the seeds in there. You can do your own little labeling. We usually just do a cheat sheet, nothing fancy. There are some recording resources, again, where you can really, people get very strategic. They will write on their tower or put little toothpicks. There are all different type of ways. I know a lot of our teachers have been strategic because they're in the classroom. So you just want to label what you're growing when you plant it. Year after year, you're going to get so used to knowing what you're planting. When it pops up, you're already going to know what it is. You know what the kale seeds look like. And that's just come with time and growing.
I think that's all of our questions.
Okay. All right, well, Tawana, I'm going to turn it over to you to wrap up. And I would like to say thanks everyone for taking this tour with us. Anything that you didn't see or you want to see a little closer, don't hesitate to call us back. And we definitely want to consult with you to make sure, everything looks good, but you really do need to know, I want to stress the fact, where you're growing, your climate, and all of that, so that you don't over purchase, and that we can just kind of walk you through that process so that you can be a happy grower. And it is well worth our help. It's well worth our children's help, our mother's help, whoever that we're contemplating growing goods for. It's well worth it. Thank you. Tawana?
Yes, absolutely. Well, thank you, Barbara and Tamara, for sharing tonight. I always love learning more about the tower gardens, and yours are just beautiful. So thank you. That was awesome. We loved it. So if you would like to learn more about the tower garden growing system, please get with the person who invited you tonight. we definitely have some additional resources to share with you. Or if you're not looking at growing right now, but have some goals to be healthier, live stronger this year, we have some other products you might want to take a peek at. You know, I'll just add that our family has been eating all of the Juice Plus products for over 17 years, and we love them. And before I pass it back to Barbara, because I know she's going to stay on and answer a few more of your questions, I do want to share with you about a special limited offer that started January 1st. It is part of the Healthy Starts for Families program. For brand new customers who place an order for the fruit and veggie blends, it's what we call a salad in a capsule. It comes in bottles that looks like these. Anyway, for those who purchase an order of the fruit and veggie blends, you can add a child on the family health study, and that's where a child gets free Juice Plus, ages 4 through college age, for up to 4 years. So you place an order, the child gets it for free, so it's kind of like a 2-for-1 deal. But those brand new customers have the opportunity to add a 15-serving package of our complete plant-based protein. It comes in vanilla or chocolate. Looks like this. So in vanilla or chocolate for just $5, which is just basically the price of shipping. So it's a 15-serving package for $5. So it's a $35 savings that allows our newest customers to try the complete. And while most everyone uses the complete to make just really healthy, delicious protein-packed smoothies, a lot of us also use the complete to cook with. We make protein balls with them. We make, I'm getting ready to make some banana bread. We make cookies. We put it in pancakes. It's just a great way to add some plant-based protein to your baked goods. So, and there's recipes that go along with it. So it's a great quick breakfast, a post-workout recovery, or a healthy snack, and kids love it too, just like they love the Tower Garden. I don't know that we talked enough about how much the kids love the Tower Gardens, but the kids love the Tower Gardens. They love to grow the produce, see it grown, and eat it. And so anyway, but once again, thank you for joining us to learn tonight about the Tower Gardens. Feel free to jump off the call now or stay and listen to Barbara answer a few more questions. Either way, just be sure and get with the person who invited you and give them some feedback, you know, if you like the presentation or maybe you have some other questions. So thank you, and I'm going to turn it back to Barbara.
All right.